Hey everybody, so about to have my interview. Ooh, look at those. Sheesh. Want to know how much these were worth at Macy's? $20. But I'm very excited. I was thinking about shaving the mustache. I think that's the kind of the right play, but I'm not going to because I want a thick fireman's mustache again. I'm gonna kind of rotate between the two. But I'm very excited. I'm going to be applying to a teaching agency pretty soon, so hopefully they pick me up. So, got to put on the accessories. They made this watch about as hard as it can be to put on. I also need to be wearing this while I'm driving. What else? I've got my class ring. I always wear it whenever I have important interviews. So if they ask, I'll be like, oh, I have my degree in cellular molecular biology. I can throw a couple things out there. Lewis structures, So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to be trying my best to focus purely on driving and nothing else. But I'm going to talk to you like I'd be talking to a passenger. So I am very excited. I've been wanting to work here for a while. I won't say the name of the place though, because it's their privacy, Unless I get the job, then I'm going to be talking about it a lot. Very excited. I'm not really nervous though, because I know a lot about EMS. That's one of my strengths. I also teach fire at this facility, so if they really needed a fire instructor, I do have my fire instructor, my fire officer, my driver operator. I prefer to just teach EMS though. I've helped teach a couple EMT and AEMT courses, so I feel fairly confident. What's my biggest weaknesses? I care too much about my students. No, my biggest weaknesses would be I'm a passionate lover. No, that won't apply at all. I don't know. I actually do know, but I won't say it. What are my biggest strengths? I know how to break up the monotony of classes pretty well, and also hammer in the important things that need to be known, such as going over sample, knowing your baseline vitals, knowing the highs and the lows of them, knowing your baseline medications, knowing your max doses, when to repeat the dose, what the indications, the contraindications, the allergies. What's my biggest weakness in EMS? I've never done a needle decompression before in the field. I've done TCCC, which is like a tactical medic thing where we practiced a bit. I practiced a bit, when I became a paramedic. So I know I have some confidence in talking about it. It's mid-clavicular, second, third intercostal space. You ride up on the rib because if you ride below, you can risk hitting a vein or an artery. So always know that. They also have been kind of going more towards the fourth and fifth intercostal region. I think you put 4 fingers underneath the patient's armpit. You want to use their fingers. And I think you can go under the 4th finger, but I have to look that up, which I will not do. If you ask me that, I'm winging it. What are some weaknesses though? This shirt. The shirt is, look wrinkle. I'm gonna have to be doing this the whole time I'm doing my damn interview. I'm gonna have to be stretching, flexing, Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to hold on to it tight. Yeah, these are my triceps. I don't know. That's a little troublesome. I don't care for the wrinkles. I do not have an ironing board. I have a steamer. Didn't work. I hung it up in the shower, turned it on the hottest setting so steam would hit it. Didn't work. I just need to get an ironing board and man up. Also, if you ask me to sit down at a chair, I've got these really nice slacks. You can tell I did the tie because it's a little off. If you ask me to sit on a chair, my pants will just ride up just a tiny bit. Just enough to know I'm a little uncomfortable. Let me get to the right lane. Let's see here. Let me in. This guy's gonna let me in. This is a good guy. Thank you. What else? OB terms. I'm not great at OB terms, but I'm okay. I know preeclampsia, eclampsia, placenta previa, placenta abruptio, which placenta previa is the bright red blood. It doesn't have pain. Placenta abrupto, an abrupt pain. They have bleeding. I think the placenta, does it dislodge? Or does it actually like pop out? Or is that the previa? I don't know. It's too many words. I'll try to be as general as possible. He'll say, Mario, do you know OB terms? I'll look at him and I'll be like, yes. And he'll just check it off his box. He won't ask me anything else. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's hope he does that. Okay. What else? I understand how to get an ET tube. Do I understand like verbally saying all of the pathways? Not really. I know you're either innervating the epiglottitis to open up with a MAC because you curve underneath it, but with the Miller you kind of like displace it, like you put it on top and you move it out of the way. That's good. You visualize the vocal cords. You have the visualization, colorimetric devices. Condensation of the ET tube, confirmation of the where the teeth is at. Blah 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 blah. I can bullshit my way out of that. What else? What else would an EMS education place ask me? Airway. You can ask me anything. I know all my airway devices, no problem. I know everything about that. I don't know everything, but I know enough to confidently get past an interview. I'm always learning. What would I bring to their agency? Cahoots. Have you ever studied with Cahoots? They are a hoot. They're extremely fun and they break up the monotony. Going around the class, making them repeat mnemonics, helping them write down notes on their phone as a study guide, giving them tourniquets at the beginning of like a trauma day, and then every hour or every 2 hours be like, hey, you just got shot, or your partner got shot in the arm. Save him. Things like that can help. Okay, we've merged in here. Perfect. What else? What else can an EMS agency ask me? They can ask me, what are your greatest fears? I don't know what fears I have. I feel like I'm so lucky that I worked at Annabelle Fire Department, because I actually had a fear of public speaking. I took a great speech class. I ended up making an A in it, which I was very blessed for. In college, in high school, I was horrible. Like I had to face the other way. I had to control my breathing. I shake a lot. So I've learned that I can't hold a paper when I teach. It's just part of my body. I accept it as is. But over the years, I've been able to work at Annabelle and actually just an hour or two before EMS training that lasts an hour long with volunteers in our paid department people. They'll say, hey Mario, can you teach EMS for an hour? And 99% of the time I'm like, sure, whatever, I don't care. It'll be fun. And I'll come up with the topic, I'll come up with what we're going to do in that hour, and I'll present it basically improving, but I know what I'm doing. And it usually is fairly successful. I've never really had a bad one. But I'm lucky that my agency trusted me enough, or department, for me to actually be able to teach. Shout out to Kevin. He's a little sweetheart. He's my little sweetheart. I feel bad because I haven't been doing the best at work sometimes. Somebody got pulled over right next to me. I'm at a stoplight right now, and I was very scared. I was like, how do I explain to them that I'm recording myself? I see people do it all the time on YouTube. How legal is this though? Is this legal? Did they just say, oh, I was parked the whole time? I've seen them driving and doing this. This has to be legal, right? How people have been getting away with this for years? I don't know the laws for it. I'm a EMS individual. I'm a 911 person as far as fire or ambulance and the fire engine goes, not police-wise. So I hope it's not illegal. I'll find out one day. Whatever. Eyes on the road, of course. But I'm going to be 10 minutes early, 11 minutes early. I'd like to shoot for 15 minutes. I think 30, you're kind of annoying. 15 is the sweet spot. I'll show up 10 minutes early. It's fairly, I think, a decent idea. I think I'm dressed up more than most people would for an EMS job. If this tie breaks down, by the way, I'm done. I'm done with the tie. I have to toss it. I do not have the time, the resources to put this back together. I did it for a different interview for a fire thing a while ago, and I'd have to YouTube everything. It'd be a mess. But I'm getting pretty close to it. I've never actually been there, but I'm sure there's like a sign or something, right? Certainly they have a sign that says, hey, Texas EMS Academy. Right? This is, okay, it should be like one street away. I should be in between here. I looked at the maps earlier. No, that's not it. Okay. Well, even though you could say that I'm nervous, I do have a lot of confidence in myself and public speaking. Oh, another thing. For this job, I was very persistent. I don't know if I have time to say it right now. I might have to say it afterwards. If I remember, I will tell you afterwards, because I think I have to hang up now. See you guys in a bit. Well, the interview lasted an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half. It starts at 3, 4. It lasted almost like 2.5 hours. I think I nailed it. I think we're solid. I'm very excited. I just need to do some shadowing hours, which I will work on. But my weaknesses for this fit, my wrinkles, I think I already talked about it. My shoes or my pants, whenever I sit, it goes up a little bit. I think I was supposed to talk about something else. I forgot. Give me 1 second. So why was I persistent? That's what I need to talk about. So I had some issues messaging the person, but I really wanted the job. So I texted the person first because I got his number. I said, hey, I like this position, blah, 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 blah. And he responded. He gave me like, okay, well, we can meet up and interview on this day, like 2 or 3 days ahead. And I was like, I work that day, or those 2 days. Can we meet up next week? And I gave him a bunch of dates. And then he didn't respond. And then so I waited. I gave it like 4 or 5 days. And then I sent him another text. And I was like, hey, I still am really interested in the job. Can I maybe meet up on these couple days? He didn't respond. Okay. Waited a couple days, blah, blah, blah. I called him. I was like, hey, I'm still really interested in this job. Give him a couple days, blah, 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 blah. Nothing happened. Waited a couple days. I think I texted him a third time. I was like, hey, I'm still really interested. Here are these couple days I can meet for an interview. Wait. Finally, I called him. And I left a voicemail yesterday. And I said, sir, I'm still really interested in this job. I'm open this day and this day. Could we potentially meet up and interview? Or a different day, please let me know. Blah, 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 blah. And he responded, and I got the interview because I'm persistent. Because I knew I wanted the dang job. What was my next goal? Go there in person. Get told no in person? Impossible. My fit is infallible. Except for my weaknesses. And then start working there. Because I mean, if I go in person, the deed is done. But I feel very lucky that he left so much time to interview me. I thought it was going to only last an hour. It lasted much longer. But I had my someone was picking up my daughter, so I was good on that end. I had everything generally set up in case it took X amount of time. I got to see their fire education side too, which was a lot more impressive than I thought it'd be. It was Also, I thought I knew my stuff cardiology-wise. I don't know jack cardiology-wise. This guy knows the person interviewing me, I don't want to say his name, but he might as well be a cardiologist. He knows like every nook and cranny of EKGs. He was going over rhythms that I've never even thought of looking over, like sinus arrest or sinoatrial rhythms. I learned some really cool things that I probably shouldn't be learning in an interview to teach EMS, but I'm up to learning, and I was thankful for the opportunity. But very kind, very great individual to talk to. I cannot wait to learn, because I feel like I'll become a better instructor or EMS provider or medical provider just in general from learning from these people. This guy looks like he eats and breathes EKG rhythms, you know. So if you're shadowing someone, if you're learning from them while you're teaching it, and I'm like, hey, can you show me a little bit more about EKGs? I could potentially learn a lot from this guy, which is amazing. I want to learn more from him. I also want to get paid. So I'm just excited for the opportunity. I can't believe he gave me that much time to talk. And I'm really pleased with my performance. I did really well, I think. I just need to set up a shadowing date. So very excited. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I know you live for the patient assessment content, and I'll get to another one very soon. I'll probably upload this one first, then I'm gonna have another patient assessment the next day, because I feel like that's kind of my bread and butter right now. But bye bye. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you want more. If you don't comment, I'm probably still gonna make more anyway. See ya.